I've represented OCFA since the time of Chief Brader. With the excellent service that is provided, I am seriously dumbfounded and disappointed at the lack of action that this board has taken.
I am one of your ECC Fire Communications Dispatch Supervisor. We serve this line that supports your family and friends in your city. We are here again. As you can see, we're standing in solidarity with our brothers and sisters from 3631. What is it going to take, board? What is it going to take for you to understand that we are your employees?
I saw a video of showing a new generation to come work for OCFA. But why? We live in the greatest county in the state of California, and we can't do better? That's disgusting.
Speaking on behalf of the Orange County Labor Federation, when we stand in solidarity with our firefighters, brothers and sisters, as well as the Orange County Employees Association, letting you know you have over 250,000 members and residents of Orange County and over 92 different locals supporting you. And as somebody who lives in the city affected by OCFA in Santa Ana, what we're hearing at this meeting is unconscionable. You've asked these men and women to sacrifice during COVID, to take pay cuts, to take brutal hours. Like the brother mentioned, 25 forced days. And you're coming back to them with a 0% increase in pay. OCA has been working on a contract for over 12 months. I ask you, would any of you take a 0% increase in a contract with inflation? Basically, what we're telling them to do is to work harder than last year while earning less. It's not just good enough to say that you support firefighters in the camera. It's not just good enough to say that you support dispatchers in the camera. Do it behind closed doors when it matters. We want them to serve us. What about we serve them? Because without the men and women in this audience, without all of them and those dispatchers, without fire hits, who's going to save us? They are. We're asking them to sacrifice. Why can't we meet them halfway?
What is it going to take? What are we going to do here? And I'm going to answer it. It's leadership. I stood before you a month ago pleading, give your negotiator authority to come to us and to come to 3631 with a respectful proposal. You're harming your troops with what you're doing at the bargaining table. So here we are today, months later, and look what we have. 7 people in person, 16 on Zoom, none of which even have their cameras on. I'm going to call out both the board and command staff. Come on, board, what are we doing here? You're the decision makers. You are preaching your duty. Chief Fennessy, Chief Zeller, I call on you to stand up. We need leadership to stand up and get this done. All of you need to stop hiding behind closed session and get this done. You should be calling your elected officials, demanding that they step up and show greater leadership, because ultimately it's the residents who are going to pay the price.
We are here to provide a service, and we do not take our job lightly. And all we're asking for is a fair and equitable contract. You may not see our faces because we're not in your city, but we provide a service. And when the service is needed here, we come. We're here to help provide what you need. So help us continue to provide that service and be that premier agency that you want.
And I'm asking for the support of the village and its JPA board member in providing its first responders with a fair and equitable contract that reflects the current economic conditions we find ourselves in, including but not limited to inflation rates in excess of 9%, rising interest rates, and soaring fuel and housing costs. And we made a contract offer to the fire authority in good faith. We were countered with an offer of 0%. Now, considering the aforementioned facts, this is completely unacceptable to our members and really borders on insulting, but we're not there yet. Let's work together.
As you can see here from our members this evening, they are frustrated. Frustrated in the way that the Orange County Fire Authority has been bargaining throughout negotiations. An area of concern for the fire service as a whole is retention and recruitment. Our last academy that just graduated, we had 306 people apply. We wanted an academy of 50. We graduated 19. Within the first 2 weeks, one of those 19 saw his first paycheck, quit today, and is going back to his other fire department. Rank and file are suffering. Our counseling team has seen an increase of 180% usage because of what is happening. And then to be offered 0% is unacceptable. I'm concerned for the future of our fire department.